I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo, so my girl got mad and she my bro. Monica, you're wrong though. That's against a bro code. Headed to his home though. No, we living solo. Vertebrae, got this broken to his place. It's chin in space, yeah. From then I say it's evidence you entertain my loyalty to infiltrate the only woman that I claim to risk your life to get some strange. All my anger is a pain. You didn't know that I'm a saint. I will blow your up. Then I again.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 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 I hope y'all can let believe, cause I need your eyes on me. Once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can STOP. Killer make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy before we start getting unruly. I've been hooping like a hoolie, keep it coolie before I stuff you in a locker like a bully. Like a bully. Put in the work, you can see my fingernail dirt. I'm the last one to leave, even when I come first. And you might want it bad, but I'm sure I want it worse. I'ma do it cause I love it, I'ma love it till it hurts. What's the worst that can happen, Captain? I'm strapped in, no I'm not crazy, I'm just tapped in. Hungry like I'm fasting, I'm about that action, no slacking. Well I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, cause here come the pain, no one to call up.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out here with the option left. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but not from the spot. Actually, no gain. So 3rd and long. 3 out. A real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Throwing Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Here's Jackson. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. Well, the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
It's a Giant 1st down on a gain of 16. Now Jones just going to back this forward on a jet sweep. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 57 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Meanwhile, to a throw, complete to Dotson. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tua. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which
rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's down right around midfield after a gain. Stripe, they'll look to throw. He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Tua looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. On that catch, he's already eclipsed 100 yards here in the first quarter. Charles, he's on pace for over 400.
And playing with great confidence, isn't he? I think he probably had it coming into the game, and now that he's really come out of the gate this strongly, how'd you like to be in the huddle with him right now? You know he's demanding the football. And guess what? I'd throw it to him. He's having a fantastic game, and they haven't defended him yet.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. This a 31-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Well, they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Tua's throw complete there to Smith.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
Good job there getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Here's Tua.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. K.J. Hamler returning it. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean also just sit back during the throw on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Throwing on first down, Jones.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop it. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything to hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Touchdown, Washington! A punt return of 65 yards.
And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And the lead is now 24. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This fielded right at the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Catch made by Slayton. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. Got a man, Slayton.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold onto the football while being jostled?
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
2 and now on 1st down.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Ready, quick. Technique. Set.
This is Swift on the counter.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Darnay Holmes, the one to bring him down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So that potentially an important takeaway here in the 2nd quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
This is Butler making the catch.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
Montez Sweat. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones. That's complete to Slayton.
He's got room at the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Giants are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
Gano the extra point, and that'll make it 24-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
3-3.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Ready.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Ready.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he'll get this one to Cooper complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Amari Cooper, 44 yards.
And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And a rout is on here in this first half.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This take it in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
Jones now on first down. He's got a man complete. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Giants.
KJ Hamler.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. And the Giants are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. But Charles, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before break. Jones
has this complete to Daniel Bellinger.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit.
This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball-controlled football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly...
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Commanders 31, Giants 21.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From midfield, here's Tua. Out left to Dotson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 23. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose.
Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing, Jones. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young
picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. With it is Jackson. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Malik McDowell there to make the tackle. In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Now Tua. That's Dotson bringing in yet another one. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 25 yards that time.
They run the toss now with Gibson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field, and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback,
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Giants will take over possession here up at the 44.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Up the middle with Barkley. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
KJ Hamler.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Giants are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears won't realize as that would turn into a long touchdown.
And that one, and even 60 yards in the air. Wow.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Sliding out of the pocket. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Now Jones throwing on 1st down.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
That is caught at the 7. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Jones. And he's got it. Touchdown.
KJ Hamler from 8 yards out. And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Gano the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, it's very close, one-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball and saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Giants have taken a fourth quarter lead.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that will make this a 4-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because...
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Jones to throw on third down. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
But Darian Mathis burying him for the sack. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Gano's kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Into the hands of Cooper, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
Tagovailoa. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants have just about sewn up this football game.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
See what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
And they take a knee.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring, and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Giants, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Washington, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.